marched on Washington at Saturday's Tea Party, but there was another Tea Party halfway across the country in Quincy, Illinois.
You know what liberalism has done for you, Tea Party youth? Liberalism has put a hardship on your family and is threatening your way of life. That's what liberalism, that's what this administration, that's what Democrats have done for you.
Well, the woman you just heard speaking is Loesch from the Nationwide Tea Party Coalition. Dana joins us live. Good evening, Dana, and any sort of ballpark figure how many people showed up at that Tea Party?
Hi, Greta. Thanks for having me back. Really, we think that the estimate was probably about 3,000, but overall, since it was an all-day event, it was more like a festival. We think that probably about 12,000 people passed through the park there in Quincy. So it was a huge turnout.
Why that park and why Quincy?
Well, Quincy, Illinois, it's really historic, first of all, because we were actually speaking right where Lincoln debated Douglas. So, and Quincy's right in the middle of the heartland, and I thought it was, I know the organizers thought this too, and Bill Hennessy and I, the St. Louis Tea Party Coalition, we felt this as well, that it was really important to have Mid-America kind of represented. There were two facets of 9/12, and we had the fantastic march in Washington, D.C., and then we had the Midwest sort of represented in Quincy. And Quincy's a really great town, and there's a huge groundswell there. In fact, the Quincy 9/12 Patriots on the Prairie was sponsored by the QuincyNews.org, which is a media site that just sprang up in defiance of the mainstream media there. That's how grassroots these people are in Quincy. So it was a really good city, and it was just for Mid-America, and we had a lot of fun doing it.
Do you have any sort of sense of how the state coverage is? Whether the state newspapers picked it up, whether the state television, how widespread?
We had a little bit of coverage from some papers in the area. I know there was one other publication in Quincy that gave a little bit of coverage on it. St. Louis didn't cover anything about it, and I don't think really any outlets in Chicago did much about it too. I think most of the coverage from Quincy came from blogs, they came from social networking and things like that. People actually going, taking their own photos and updating themselves. A lot of word got out that way.
Where does it go from here, or does it go from here?
Absolutely. Well, you had one of your guests that was saying that this is kind of a new political movement, which it is, and it's really good. We have so many people that have been reawakened, and I think now is a really good time to sort of force some legislative change, and we've already seen what the power of this movement can do. We've seen Van Jones, he's gone. Acorn, they're being defunded, and we've seen the health care legislation being proposed stalled in favor of having some debate on it and really getting to the meat of this legislation. So I think that's kind of the next step. We're seeing people who have been going to these Tea Party protests who are now deciding that they think that they're going to run for office themselves too. I know here in Missouri we have Ed Martin Jr. and we have Paul Kurtman, who have been around and involved with this grassroots movement from its inception, and now they've been inspired to run. So we're really seeing a lot come out of this movement, and I think that's kind of where it's heading. Legislation and getting some real, actual grassroots common sense candidates out of it.
Dana, thank you.
Thanks, Greta.
Up next.